Crystal and Kelly here at Prather Ranch Meat Company with Chef Erica Hollins-Hole. So, hi Chef.
Hello.
So we had a few questions for you.
First question, what inspired you to become a devoted shopper and buy from Bay Area Farmers Market and incorporate it into your menu?
Well, that is easy. I moved to the Bay Area about 10 years ago, and part of the reason that I moved here is because when I was growing up, my mom had a huge garden, and she cooked everything. She baked bread, she made our own jams, she made pickles, she made everything it was that we ate. She never let us eat any processed food. And so when I went off to school, I realized that pretty much everybody else's food was not anywhere near as good as the food that my mom would grow for me. And it really inspired me to not only become a chef, but also to seek out the best ingredients that I could find. And then I was fortunate enough to work with people, with other chefs who were focused on the same thing. And so I learned the difference between products that came fresh from the farmer's market and products that you would buy from a produce company. Since I had already known that growing up, because I would be constantly eating fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, it was just really easy for me to understand that it's much, much better food when it's more, the fresher it is. The fresher it is, the better it is. And the Bay Area is really the best place to find all the local farmers and ranchers and produce, and everybody's kind of on the same page, so it makes it very easy to buy and sell food like that.
So our next question was, what made you personally decide to be a loyal consumer of all things local?
Pretty much the same answer. I think the more that you read about the cost of food that is shipped to you, and the cost of not just the price of it as far as money, but also the human cost of like what pesticides do to the environment, what shipping does to the environment, what all of the gas miles and buying food from places where it has to be trucked across the country. All of those things take a toll on everybody. They take a toll on the people that we do, and they take a toll on the environment. And that made me realize that I would rather spend a little bit more money to buy something that was closer to home than to kind of have the guilt by association with buying things that are trucked in from elsewhere.
And our last question, why out of all places to choose from did you choose Prather Ranch Meat Company?
I decided that I wanted to be the chef of Prather Ranch Meat Company when I heard that they were opening a restaurant. I have been buying Prather Ranch meat for restaurants that I've been working in the last 7 to 10 years. It's the best meat, I believe. It tastes amazing. So not only is the quality great, but I can really stand behind the fact that we are humane certified, and so we only sell animals that are raised and processed and butchered in a humane manner. And so it makes me feel really good about the fact that I can eat this meat knowing the animals haven't suffered.
So we have the Green Goddess Burger, and so Chef, what do we have here?
So this is our seasonal Vitellone burger. Vitellone is young veal, or young beef, or red veal as it's known in Italian. And this is our 100% grass-fed beef. It comes from a ranch called Knee Deep. And Knee Deep has been raising cattle up in Oregon on organic lands for, I think, 3 generations now. We take our Vitellone burger, and because it is avocado season, the avocados are beautiful. We get them from Will outside of the farmer's market, mash them up with a little bit of pickled red onion, a beautiful egg from Eatwell Farms, who we also outside of the farmer's market, and then some local cheddar cheese from Petaluma Creamery. And that goes on our Acme bun, which is an organic bun with toasted sesame seeds. Those are our hand-cut French fries right there. We fry them in our own beef tallow, which is another way that we use the whole animal. We take our tallow from our beef and we render it down and use it in the restaurant as well.
Alright, and we have a meatball sub.
This is our pork and beef meatball sub. So a little bit earlier we were talking about how when you have a cow or you have a pork, you have a certain number of steaks and you have a whole lot of grind. And so this is one of the ways that we use ground beef, and we also use ground pork in here as well. We try to be very creative about using up the ground meat, whether it's ground vitelone or pork or beef, because we have a lot of grind that we need to go through. So this is kind of our take on the traditional New York style Italian sub. Fresh oregano from Star Route Farms. We use, like I said, pork and beef, and then it goes on an Acme bun with a locally made mozzarella cheese and some wild arugula from the farmer's market.
So thanks again, Chef, for having us today.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for your interest in our food and our company.
Yes, the food was very delicious.
Thank you very much.
So thank you.
Thank you.